Good morning, ma. Welcome to Alpha Online Education Commerce Theory part for the English medium second years. So today we are dealing with the new chapter in this session, that is financial services. So in these financial services part 1 we are going to study what the bank will give, what kind of financial services. Generally we know that bank will accept the deposits and it provide a loan to the person who are in the need of it, okay, who have excess money. From them the bank will take, and who are in need of money, for them it provide the money in the form of loan. Who have excess money, from them it will take in the form of deposit, and it will give to those who are in need of money in the form of loan. That is the general activity of the business. That is the general activity of the banking sector. So in this chapter we are going to study in detail about the each and every banking transactions. So let us start with the introduction to the banking sector. Trade and exchange of goods is manifest with several hindrances. So hindrance means limitations. While doing trade or exchange of goods, there are number of disadvantages. Limitations means problems. There are number of problems regarding the transportation, regarding the finance means capital, regarding the goods, number of place. So time, in the previous first year you have studied about the hindrance. Yes, you have studied about the hindrance. So here what happened? So while doing the trade and exchange of goods and services, at the time the problem of these hindrance will arises. So that problem is removed by the auxiliaries that are aids to trade. Those are aids to trade that will help to solve the problems of the place, time, okay, storage. Okay, these all problems are solved by aids to trade. So the auxiliaries providing certain services known as business services. So the auxiliaries means the institutions, those are supporting for the active functioning of the business. Those institutions are known as business service institutions or business services. Whatever the services providing by those institutions, those are considered as business services. So what are those services, madam? Means banking, transportation, insurance, warehousing. These all are considered as the services which are needed for the business. In these today we are going to study in detail about the banking. Okay, first know about the meaning of the banking. Banking provide the finance to business. Yes, bank will provide the finance to business in the form of capital, or in the form of overdraft, or in the form of discounting the bill, or whatever it may be. We will discuss each and everything in the upcoming sessions. No need to worry. Okay. So bank provide the financial services to the business. It provide the financial services to the business. Banks are the essential wheels of the commerce. Banks are very much required for the commerce because there are the wheels. Wheels means what? For the bike we have 2-wheeler, 3-wheeler, 4-wheeler antuntam kada. Bike wheels untayi kada. Ade vidanga, so for the commerce, the banking sector is just like a wheel. Without the banking sector, the commerce can't be actively participate. A banker being a buyer and selling of money, mobilize the saving of the people. Mobilize the savings means gathering the savings from the people who want to save the money. From them it will gather the money and provide the finance to the business undertakings. Simply who are in a need of money, who need money, who required money, for them it will provide the money in the form of loan. The word bank is derived from the word banco. The word the term bank is derived from the word banco. What it means? It means a bench or table. It means bench or a table. So this is the meaning of the banking. Simply, what is bank? It will take the money from those who have plenty excess of money and give it to those who are in need of money in the form of loan. Definition. This definition is given according to the Banking Regulation Act 1949. According to the Banking Regulation Act, this definition is given. So let us see what is this definition. Accepting for the purpose of lending. They are accepting the deposits. Okay, they are accepting the excess money from the people for the purpose of lending. For the purpose of lending. Lending ante entidamma? వేరే వాళ్ళకి ఇవ్వడానికి. దే ఆర్ యాక్సెప్టింగ్, అంగీకరిస్తున్నారు వేరే వాళ్ళకి ఇవ్వడానికి. ఆర్ ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్ ఆఫ్ డిపాజిట్స్ ఫర్ మనీ ఫ్రమ్ ద పబ్లిక్. ఓకే, ఫర్ ద పర్పస్ ఆఫ్ లెండింగ్ ఆర్ ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్ ఆఫ్ డిపాజిట్ ఫర్ మనీ ఫ్రమ్ ద పబ్లిక్, repayable on demand. The deposits are repayable on demand. Whatever the amount is accepting, that amount is repayable on demand. Demand మీద మళ్ళీ తిరిగి ఇచ్చేస్తారు. Or otherwise withdrawal by check. You can also withdraw by check, draft, order or otherwise from any other services. Okay, from any other type of financial instruments you can withdraw the money. Either the bank will repayable on demand. బ్యాంకే స్వతహాగా మీకు డిపాజిట్ ఫిక్స్డ్ పీరియడ్ తర్వాత మీకు ఇచ్చేస్తుంది. లేదా you can also withdraw by check, draft, order or any other things. Okay, so this is the definition of bank that is given by the Banking Regulation Act 1949. Accepting for the purpose of lending or investment of deposit for money from the public. They gather the money from the public and that will be repayable on demand. There will be repayable. They will pay it on the demand. Okay, they will pay it on the demand. Let us see the evaluation of Indian banking system. Indian banking system. Yes. So, evaluation of Indian banking system. In 1770, after the England means British. After that, in 1770, the first Bank of Hindustan. In 1770, okay, in 1770, the first bank established in India. That bank is known as Bank of Hindustan. That bank is known as Bank of Hindustan. When it was established, it was the first bank in India. It was established in 1770. Okay, in 1809, another bank was established. That is Bank of Bengal. In 1840, Bank of Bombay. 1843, Bank of Madras. In this way, number of banks were established, but these three banks are very famous banks. Okay, so first bank was established in 1770 in India. First bank, that is Bank of Hindustan. After that, 1809, Bank of Bengal. 1840, Bank of Bombay. 1843, Bank of Madras was established. Later, these three banks, Bank of Bengal, Bombay, Madras, these three banks are merged. Merge ante kalpesinru. Moodu banks ni kalpesi okka pere ivvadam jarigindi. That is three banks merged into Imperial Bank of India in 1919. 1919 lo three banks, Bank of Bombay, Bank of Madras, Bank of Bengal. These three banks are merged into a single bank, that is Imperial Bank of India. That was started from 1990. And these three banks are also called as Presidency banks. These three banks are called as Presidency banks. Why they are calling as the Presidency banks? Because they are issuing the currency notes. Currency notes generally issued by RBI, but at the time the RBI was not established. So the Imperial Bank of India has the complete right to issue the notes, issue the currency notes. So it functioning as issuing the currency notes to the India. So RBI is not the first bank which issued the currency notes to India. The first bank which issued currency notes to India is Imperial Bank of India. It is merged with 3 banks. The banks are Bengal, Mumbai and Madras banks. Okay. So Old Commercial Bank in 1881. In 1881, there is one commercial bank. The first commercial bank was established. Later, Imperial Bank of India, okay, Imperial Bank of India is partially nationalized. At the time, Indira Gandhi was in Central, okay, Central lo aa time lo Indira Gandhi unde. So what she done? Imperial Bank of India is partially nationalized. Partial ante entidi? Half. Partial means half. Half nationalized. This bank is partially nationalized to form SBI. What is meaning of SBI? State Bank of India. In 1995, the State Bank of India was formed. But in 1959, 7 subsidiaries were established for the SBI. What is the meaning of 7 subsidiaries, madam? Means that is nothing but LIC, okay, SBI LIC, SBI related shares, SBI related dividends, okay, SBI related transactions, ATM cards like this, okay, checks, SBI checks, SBI deposit receipts like this. 7 subsidiaries means 7 types of facilities, just like SBI deposits, SBI withdrawals, ఇలాంటివి 7 subsidiaries SBI కి ప్రొవైడ్ చేయడం జరిగింది. ఎప్పుడు? 1959. Actually, SBI was formed in 1959 with the partial nationalization of Imperial Bank of India. ఇక్కడ చూడండి నాన్న, బ్యాంక్ ఆఫ్ బెంగాల్, బ్యాంక్ ఆఫ్ బొంబాయి, బ్యాంక్ ఆఫ్ మద్రాస్ 3 కలిపితే ఇంపీరియల్ బ్యాంక్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా వచ్చింది. ఏ బ్యాంక్ వచ్చిందండి? ఇంపీరియల్ బ్యాంక్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా వచ్చింది. ఇంపీరియల్ బ్యాంక్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియాని పార్షల్గా నేషనలైజ్ చేస్తే SBI బ్యాంక్ వచ్చింది. Yes, now Reserve Bank of India was established on 1st April 1935. It was established on 1st April 1935 through the RBI Act 1934. So RBI Act, Reserve Bank of India Act 1934. According to that act, the Reserve Bank of India was established on 1st April 1935. It took over the activities of Imperial Bank of India. When it was established, when this Reserve Bank of India was established, at the time it taken over the powers of the Imperial Bank of India. What is that power, madam? Means issuing the currency notes. Now in India, which bank will issue the currency note? Reserve Bank of India will issue the currency note. Now Imperial Bank of India has no rights to issue the currency note. It is the Central Bank of India. Yes, in 19th July 1969, in 19th July 1969, 14 banks with deposits, okay, 14 banks, 14 major banks with deposits. Deposit ante walla daggara bank lo amount exceeding 50 crores కన్నా exceed amount అయిపోయిన banks ని nationalize చేయడం జరిగింది. ఇది ఇందిరా గాంధీ చేసిందమ్మా. తర్వాత మళ్ళీ 15th April 1980లో 6 మేజర్ బ్యాంక్స్ విత్ ద డిపాజిట్ ఎక్సీడింగ్ 200 crores డిపాజిట్స్ ఎక్సీడ్ అయిన బ్యాంక్ని, ఎక్సీడ్ అంటే దానికన్నా ఎక్కువ 200 crores కన్నా ఎక్కువ ఉన్న బ్యాంక్స్ని మళ్ళీ నేషనలైజ్ చేయడం జరిగింది. 14 and 6 totally 20 banks get nationalized. Liberalization in 1993. Liberalization means rules and regulations have been reduced. Rules, regulations అనేవి తగ్గిపోవడాన్ని లిబరలైజేషన్ అంటాం. సో ఫ్రమ్ దట్ 1993 the private sector banks also came into existence. Up to that only government banks are there. Now the private sector banks are came into existence. Okay, these banks, 14 major banks, 6 major banks exceeding the deposits that are under the control of government, they are nationalized by the government. So after liberalization 1993 private sector banking act, from that there started the private banks are started. The first private bank was established in 15th July 1994. That bank name is UTI, Unit Trust of India was the first bank, first private sector bank in India, which was set up in India in the year 1994. It was the first bank. Okay, this is about the evaluation of Indian banking system. We will see the other topic in the other section.